Elon Musk just called out Gary Black. Is he trying to compete with Kramer? Asks Elon. Some have asked why I would pay even $78 per share for Rivian. Keep in mind, this is from 2021. And Rivian stock is down 90% since 2021. We now have a date for when FSD 12.4 is going to be released, which is a major improvement, and rollout will probably start next week. Elon says it will blow your mind. V12 point releases have been pretty major, so I'm really excited to see how much better it is. The next Tesla FSD release could be quite bullish for the stock, and if you like the idea of that, like and subscribe. 12.4 has almost completely retrained models. The final touches are for comfort, as it sometimes accelerates or brakes too fast for most people's taste. We know that 12.5 is a whole other level, and Elon is already talking about 12.6. 12.5 and 12.6 are in various stages of testing. We are getting into rare, complex situations. For example, going down a narrow one-way road, encountering a road closure, and having to reverse out to find a new route. That closure also needs to be communicated to the rest of the fleet so you don't get a whole bunch of Teslas stuck down the road. The Chinese government will likely support Tesla's local testing of Robotaxi. According to a report from China Daily, Tesla still needs approval to collect and transmit the data needed to train Tesla vehicles before the full rollout of FSD can happen in China. And the report says that the issue wasn't discussed in detail during Musk's visit to China. A source close to Baidu, a company that Tesla has just made a deal with to have better maps in China, said he had not seen any new deal related to FSD functions between Tesla and Baidu. But I don't think such a deal is necessary. Tesla just needs rough maps so that you can enter your final destination and that the vehicle can just navigate there on full self-driving. Today, we are exactly 3 months away from the Robotaxi unveil. It is quite interesting that on May 8th, we learned about this new rumor. Tesla is definitely making progress in China. And here's the original source of the report. Chinese officials told Musk that China welcomes Tesla to do some Robotaxi tests in the country and hopes it to set a good example. More news from China for Tesla. A board in Shanghai approved the construction plan for Tesla's Megapack factory. So this is good news. Things are definitely moving forward. We should expect actual construction to begin any day now. This approval was specifically river related. Officially, construction is expected to begin this month and mass production by Q1 of next year. Tesla is conducting more layoffs. 80% of Tesla China supercharging team has been laid off, leaving only a few people for operation and maintenance. Chris says, many of my friends at Tesla have been laid off. Elon's philosophy is basically number 1, dissatisfaction with the status quo. Number 2, total destruction. And number 3, reconstruction. Well, at least in this case, not the whole supercharging team was laid off, but most of it, yeah. I know there's a lot of pushback against what Elon is doing, but as investors, we have to remember multiple things that happened before. For example, when he laid off the Raptor 2 team at SpaceX, I thought he lost his mind, and magically 6 months later, production like 5x'd. And then something like 80% of the Twitter workforce was laid off, and X today is operating just fine. We've also seen a very similar thing with Starlink satellites. This is not the first, the second, or even the third time Elon has done this. Elon has done this many times before. Tesla is sending another round of Cybertruck Foundation Series invites. When is this going to end? When is Tesla actually going to start producing regular Cybertrucks? Seems like demand for the Foundation Series Cybertrucks is very high. Gregor Truck says, I've still never actually gotten an email. So this still could keep going on for a few months, and maybe even longer. Do you remember Elon back in 2021 saying, to be frank, there's always some chance that Cybertruck will be a flop because it is so unlike anything else. I don't care, said Elon. I love it so much even if others don't. But fast forward to 2024 and we can safely say it is a major hit. This post from Tesla got 33 million views. Driving with FSD supervised can reduce fatigue since you won't have to frequently make micro adjustments as compared to driving without it. On simpler roads especially, it is so relaxing to just turn on FSD and just let it do its thing. I'm also seeing people saying that their free trial just ended and they subscribed. I suspect the reason why this got so many views is because Elon reposted this, which is good. Elon is focused on Tesla. There's a story not from Reuters, but this time Verge. All right. They say Elon Musk doesn't like LiDAR, obviously. The laser sensor that powers many companies' self-driving ambitions. He previously called it a crutch and said any company that relies on LiDAR for its autonomous capabilities was doomed. Doomed. He said it like that, not just once. Doomed. Well, apparently Tesla is stocking up on crutches in its quarterly earnings report released today. Orlando-based LiDAR manufacturer Luminar disclosed that Tesla was its largest LiDAR customer in Q1, comprising more than 10% of the company's revenue for the quarter. However, eventually they do write, it shouldn't come as a total shock that Tesla is LiDAR curious. In 2021, a Tesla Model Y was photographed in Florida sporting rooftop LiDAR sensors made by Luminar. Tesla used LiDAR only to collect ground truth data. It was not to put LiDAR sensors in vehicles to deploy FSD technology, relying on LiDAR. And Elon just explained, we don't need them even for that anymore. So I got curious. Let me check this company's stock price. I mean, its biggest customer just said we don't need them anymore, basically. So the stock must be down, right? Wrong. The stock is up 35% today alone. What is going on? The only story I see about that stock is just how Tesla is its biggest customer. Maybe investors have not seen this comment from Elon Musk yet. Oh, they just published their earnings, so maybe that's why. However, looking at the stock price, you would think the company is heading for bankruptcy. It's down 94% from its peak.